Hey there guys, this is Code Tutorial for you back with another Leetcode problem. This one's called Count the Number of Consistent Strings. It says you're given a string aloud consisting of distinct characters and an array of string words. A string is consistent if all characters in the string appear in the string aloud. Return the number of consistent strings in their array words. So let's go to example 1. We have AB for aloud, and then we have the words AD, BD, AAB, BAA, BAD, AB. So as you can see, the output is 2, since strings AAB and BAA are consistent, so they only contain characters A and B. So example 2, all of them are consistent because every single one contains only the characters given A, B, C. As you can see, this one has A, this B, C, A, B, A, C, B, C, A, B, C. The last example, we're given CAD, and here are the words, and the output is 4. Since the strings CC, ACD, AC, and D are consistent, which again, they are consistent if it only contains the words that are allowed, the letters that are allowed. So in this case, it would be CAD. So the way we're going to solve this is we're going to use a hash map. We're going to map out the string that we're given aloud. So the key value will be char. The key would be char, and the value would be int. And so we can see the frequency. And we're going to name it MP, short for map. And then we have to initialize a variable to contain how many consistent strings there are. So what we're going to do is name it results, initialize it to 0. Then we're going to do a for loop. The for loop is how we're going to map out our map named MP. So we're going to do is char p because we're going to map it out as a char. That's the key value, and this counts the frequency. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have to do a 2D array. Because it's a 2D array, basically, with a vector string of words. We're going to have to do a nested for loop to be able to go through each individual character to see if it is a character that's not in the allowed string that was given. Then we are gonna not count that, and we're just gonna skip to the next string and vector of string words because that string is not consistent. So what we're gonna do is gonna do a for loop, and we're gonna start it out, and we're gonna name a word, and here we put the name of the vector string that was given, words. And so we're going to go, since it's a string, that's why we put string. Just to make it a habit, since we're not going to be changing anything, we are going to do a constant, since nothing is going to be changed. So to check if the character that we come across is not allowed, we're going to be notified by it by making a variable bool be named is consistent, and initialize it to true. So if that is not in the map, if the character that we come across is not in the map, that means it's not consistent. So then we change the it is consistent to false. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that other for loop to access each individual character, because this one is this for loop, the outer for loop, accesses each individual um, string in the vector string. So it'll access first this string AD, then it will later access BD, and then AAB, and so on and so forth. The inner loop is going to access the each individual character inside of it. So it will access the A, and then it'll access the D for the first string. And the second string it'll access the B and then the D. So what we will do first is um, let's finish this one. We're going to take that, and that's how you do a nested for loop to check each individual element inside of that string. And then so if we're gonna access our map, if find, we're gonna use the function find, and we're gonna our character C, which is that that character that we're looking for at that particular moment. If it finds the end, we're using the name of our map and the function end. If it finds the end, that means it is not in the map. So is consistent is changed to false. And once it's false, that means we could just move on to the next string and vector string words. So what we're going to do is just break it off. We're going to break that off. We're going to get out of the inner for loop, and we're going to go on to the next word. Let's say it is consistent. Let's say it is true. Let me change this up right here. Let's say it is true. If it's true, if is consistent, then we're just going to add one into our result. So that means that word is consistent. And at the end, we'll see how many are consistent, and we'll return our result. So then we return our result after going through every single string and vector string words, and in those particular strings that we go through, every single character in those strings. So then we're going to run it, and we had an error. It's because I put MP right there. Change it to allowed to be able to go through that string. And there we go, past the test cases. Now let's go to this tab. I'm going to show you just a little bit more information to get this problem down. As you can see, we're going to be working with the very first example. So initialize, named MP, and then we initialize the results to 0. And then we mapped out with the for loop, we mapped out the allowed string of it in its characters. And then we go through all of what we did in the outer loop and the inner loop. We're going through the vector of string, and then checking each word is true or false, if each character is true or false in those particular words. So for the word AD, it's false, because D, once we get to the character D, false, and it breaks. And here for the word BD, it's false, because once we get to the character D, it is not found in the map, so it returns, it changed consistent to false, and then we break. And the word AAB, it is true, and so that we count it into result. And BAA is true, so we count it into result. And word BADAB is false, because once we get to the D, it's gonna not find it in the map. And then it's gonna change consistent to false, and then we're just gonna break. So if the word is consistent is true, the result is incremented. So we, of course, we got the result of 2. So the final result is the count of consistent strings, which was 2. So there you have it. If you want more coding solutions, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.